ahead and call the meeting to order. If everybody would rise, would you pledge allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to start off
All right, Nelson,
with here.
Porter,
Here.
Reed,
Here.
Smith is absent, Sullivan,
Here.
Walden,
Here. Okay, we'll start off with the approval of the minutes from the July 16th meeting. Need somebody to make a motion for that?
I'll make the motion. Second?
Nelson,
Yes.
Porter,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to public comments. Actually, I think anybody is here that's not for one of the committees, so we'll go ahead and skip on past that. We'll start off with Engineer Ron Wagner, if you want to go ahead and start off.
Sure. Today we met to talk about the sewer project and the water main projects. Both of them are continuing, and we had just the board had just passed approved a change order to extend the time frame for the sewer project till June of next year, and the water main project until end of October of this year, which Petersburg intends to meet. The sewer project, they did submit a pay request that will be voted on at the next board meeting, council meeting, and they're about almost 60% complete by the value of what they've completed. They're in an alley now that is has some fencing. The residents have fences like right on the edge of the alley right of way. One of them even is maybe a little over their property line into the alley right of way. And unfortunately, where the sewer has to go to avoid, because there's a water main on one side of the existing sewer, and then there's existing sewer, and then we're putting in a new sewer. Where that has to go, will be in the right of way, but when that big excavator swings around, it needs, it hangs over 5 or 6 feet when it swivels, and that'll hit the fence. So we're gonna have to work out something with those residents to get a construction access agreement, and we're talking about moving the fences over temporarily, because some of them have dogs in their yards. So anyway, that's something that we're trying to work through right now. And other than that, it seems like they're progressing well. The water main project is about 62% for the water main portion, and they also have a pay request that the board will vote on, and the lead service line project is a little over 40% complete, and they intend to have, they're trying to get 2 crews here to work on the water main and lead service line project to speed things up. The water treatment plant project is out for bid right now, and bids are due I think the week before the next committee meeting in September. Let's see. I think bids are due on the 12th.
Okay.
The which
you
is-
wanna, you
which is
also
a
wanna do a
Thursday.
special meeting on the 17th then?
Yes, that's
Okay.
the intention. Hopefully, I mean, we bid it out already once, so hopefully everybody kinda got their questions answered the first time around and won't be, coming after us with a lot of questions.
So you figure what, 15 minutes for the special meeting, or
It should go pretty quickly, I hope, knock on wood.
6:45?
Five.
We have to publish it, don't we?
Yes.
That's fine.
That's all I have unless somebody's got questions or anything.
No, the only thing that I had, I mean, Dana can even answer. I mean, in the alley where Matt Hunter lives, he had asked me about. He has an open pipe. It does have a Petersburg barricade over it. He just was wondering about when that might be getting closed off, or what the status
That
really is of
is,
it.
they put those in the ground so they can put a sump pump down in there
Okay.
for all the groundwater and stuff like that to get it out, pumped out. But they should be taking those out whenever they go back and do the landscaping and stuff.
Okay. I'll let him know that. That was my only thing. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Dana, that was I don't think I could've answered the question.
All right. Nobody has any other questions? We'll move on to.
I have one. Is Petersburg going to write an agreement with the people that you're asking them to move their fence?
I think we're gonna
is that
use, so
something-
there's a lead service line, we've had all the, customers that we're gonna get a new lead service line. We've had all them sign an access temporary construction agreement, and so we're gonna take a look at that and see if we can just tweak the language a little bit to make it work for this project too, and then like Jack and Ramiro will go talk to the residents and see if we can get them to agree.
So that's something you're gonna handle, not our attorney, is what I'm trying to get to, I guess.
No, it's just like a temporary easement thing that
We can-
I've had you and your dad sign one for the water line before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're just wanting to switch it from water to sewer.
That's the thinking right now, is that we would just use that kind of boilerplate language and not the attorney, I guess, for
But you're asking them to move a fence
we're not
and
asking
going
them
on
to
their
move it.
property.
There would be, we would go on the Petersburg would go on the property and move the fence
And then they'll move it back.
and move it back, right? I don't know, we can draft something and run it by the attorney, or, you know.
I mean,
No, I mean, that's just past practice. I mean, they've, just what I had said, they've went in there, talked to the homeowner, they've moved the fence, and then they say, hey, we will move it back, you know, within 30 days or however long it takes to do it. I know that's what they did over in my end. I never, you know, I never heard anybody complain or anything about it before or have issues, so I think we just try it and play it by ear.
I think if the residents are receptive and agreeable to it, that's probably a reasonable way to handle it. If it seems like they're
hesitant about it or feel
right,
uneasy
yeah,
about it.
maybe we need to look
Is
at
there
something
like
else.
Yeah,
Rule for
there's-
those.
there
If they're
is.
right on top of the alley, those can't.
Have to be so much off of the
Yeah.
property line anyway.
Speaking of water lines, not to change the subject, Cole Johnson also is interested in putting a shed between his house and basically where DJ's would in that area. He mentioned that he talked to Jack and that there is an old water line
There's
that needs to
a
be
water-
capped. I mean,
It's
is there
still
any?
used. I don't think it's supposed to be capped. It's still used. That goes
Okay.
through there because that, I guess, at one time was an alley that went all the way through.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a currently used water main.
Okay. He made it sound like it wasn't. So then if
Well,
it's used,
there's nothing like attached to it, but
Yeah.
we have to have, like, we can't have a dead end on a line. That's
Oh,
part of
you're
a
right- you're
loop
right.
that continues a loop for the water line.
Because
okay.
there used to be a house.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know that. Okay. So it's.
Can't build on top of the water.
No, you,
No.
you can't, but his understanding was is that he thought that there was going to be basically a dead line. And so I said, well, I'll bring it up. I mean, I didn't know anything about it, but kind of sounds like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's
Then-
it's part of a loop.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
let him know about that. Just put a shed someplace else. Out of the country.
Okay. Any other questions? Good. Alright. Mark, we'll turn it over to you next.
Yeah, so the subdivision utilities are progressing. Sanitary's been kind of wrapped up for a little while. Storm sewers finished. I have a pay request for Holt House buyers. There's also a small change order for Holt House buyers. We added little stub outs for the lots, each lot in the future, so they can tie onto the storm structures rather than having to excavate into the structures. So I've got that. And then Jack has just finished the water main. I believe it was last week he got it finished. We don't have a passing test yet, but he's getting those samples so I can get them submitted and then get approval from the EPA. Burdick is installing the water service lines. Kind of the hope is plan they'll be finished this week.
They were done today.
They were done today, so they've got probably a little bit of cleanup or something let yet finish, and then we would start the road work. Stripping the dirt work next week. Getting rock hauled in. I've been waiting for the utilities to finish up before. We don't want to put a new roadway in until all the utilities that cross it that we would like to install without too much disturbance. So like the electric and fiber optic, they've mentioned they're going to bore the lines in, so we can put the road in now. But we're waiting for water service lines, sewer service lines to be installed. So. And the storm sewer, and so all those underground utilities are, kind of wrapping up, finishing up, and then we can start working on the roadway. So the pay request I have, I handed out copies. So the original bid for Holt House buyers on the storm sewer project was $115,657.80. And the change order for the adding those stub outs was $2,496. So a total of $118,153.80. I'd like to have on the agenda the next meeting. That's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Thank you.
I've got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So what is left before somebody can buy where somebody can start building a house?
So, they could. We could accommodate them getting if they want to start building, we would have, done sort of temporary road. But really, once we start getting some aggregate rock, put down, that's going to make it a lot easier for somebody to get, trucks in and out. So I would say we're going to be, next week we'll be stripping the roadway, the dirt, and then having rock hauled in, say the following week, where we'll have a temporary road surface where we can put the start pouring the concrete curb and gutter. But in I would say in 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, they could if you had somebody lined up to start building a house, they could absolutely get trucks in there and get start excavating for foundation and whatnot. So but I would say probably the end of September, the way it's looking for finished roadway, having things where it's looking pretty, looking like a subdivision anyways. So
Has anybody heard, do we have anybody asking for packets? Has anybody brought packets back?
When I was in here with Janet one day, 3 weeks ago, there was a guy that came in.
I have received a couple calls actually, but
Yeah.
they're just more questions than anything. I don't know if they picked up a packet and then called me. So
Well, at least just having a visualization, having the road there, will start
that will
to,
help. Yep.
will help, cause
Been waiting on the utility stages, and it's gone a little slower than I would have liked. But we did hit some rain at the beginning of the
Yeah.
year, and then I know Jack's overwhelmed with the other things in the city, so but he's got in there and got the water line put in. I think we're in good shape now to start excavating on the road anyways.
Gary, do you remember what the date was where we had to start? We had to have one house up, 2 houses up before we started. What was the time frame for the first house, for the taxes?
It'll be froze as of January 1st. So whatever percentage of any house is done is what the tax for 25 will be, which you wouldn't get till 26. So if no houses are started, then that puts us 27 before we'll see the first potential TIF money coming back. September of 27.
So I guess, do we have money in there to make all these payments?
We have money for the first round. We'll see where we're at next year.
I'm getting a little nervous on that,
No,
on that yes
I get
vote,
it.
you know, I mean, it's,
I mean,
it was,
there's the chances nothing's gonna be, there'll be nothing for 26. I can almost guarantee, unless somebody
now
starts
was
building
that the
a
plan
house
though?
Yeah.
That was the plan is not to have anything
till-
in 26, right?
No, the plan was.
I
to
think we
get
had
some
one,
in
maybe one in
26.
26. There was a period where I don't think there was any. There's some different.
27th of the year is, there's no chance of breaking ground and having any percentage of a house done by January 1st.
I guess we need to start thinking about, you know, how do we, promote this better? You know, is it the news, is it, I don't know, something, cause
Did anything come out of the Royal Assumption meetings? Anything more?
They haven't had one for a couple of months now.
Okay. I know we talked about a realtor, but we have to basically get bids essentially for that.
We'll have to see how that, remember the new realtor law.
Oh, well,
kicks
yeah,
in
that's
There
true.
was
on
something
the-
to that with the
September
realtor.
1st. It's no longer standard boilerplate percentages. You have to negotiate with the buyer and seller both, realtors. I think it's September 1st.
That sounds about right.
September, October.
Yeah.
That was part of that class action lawsuit.
well, I hope something happens soon.
I know. I agree with you.
All right, any questions for Mark or anything? All right,
I have a question, so,
Go ahead.
we almost got off.
not for him,
Oh,
do you have money designated to promote this, or like?
Not so much in the way of promotions. I mean, we set up to, you know, for money to pay the loan payment. I mean, there is money.
No marketing money to like say, hey, we got.
No, we
not
really didn't. I mean, unless you were to move money around for like other Baxmeyer expenses,
because part of
or
that.
even the TIF.
Can
I
we do
mean,
that?
part of
well,
that
Because it's
went
a
to
lot
the
of
fact
that
that-
I was gonna probably say no. I mean, I even kind of don't feel comfortable about it.
But what if we reach out to like Grow Assumption and ask them to start,
Start doing it.
start helping
Yeah.
us promote this and get it out there? I don't know who's all on Grow Assumption, but, you know, at least maybe come to some meetings and put some more words out there.
I do think once the road and stuff, once it looks like
Yes,
it's.
once it
Yeah.
looks like something.
Yes, I think it will make a difference. Hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, you are off the. All right, so we'll move on to water next. Dana, are you gonna handle that tonight?
I'll try. Like I said, I was in the dump truck driving when Jack called me. He said to let you guys know that he has the service line inventory done. And that for the pump at the lift station, for the Leafland lift station, he still has not heard back from that company about how much that's gonna cost. We still need to get a flow meter for the lift station as well. That is a report that we have to turn in every month to the EPA. Right now, it's just, that information is being gathered by handwritten notes instead of from an actual flow meter. And those are kind of expensive.
How much was that? I've seen some.
9,800 is what he's got on here. He ordered a new chlorinator kit. We do not have it in yet, as far as I know. And then the wells on, getting the wells repaired, he was wanting to do that this winter, not this fall. He was wanting to do it in the winter time, is usually whenever he does that. And like Mark said, the water main is done out there in the subdivision. Burdick finished the service lines today for the water main. I think that was all he said.
Did you talk to Caleb about Little George?
He did not say anything about that, but I think he did talk to him. Yeah.
You think you can get us some information so that we can maybe have it on council
Okay.
on it,
Yeah, I'll
so
have
we
him,
get that taken care of?
because I know he was gonna talk to him.
Yeah, yeah. I know you and I talked to Jack. I've got nothing else for water. Questions for him?
Anybody have any questions for Dane? Let's get off easy.
And Brooklyn's done, I guess.
Well.
So she helps us, oh, I guess
she
we'll bring
saw
that
us-
to the
Yeah,
street.
she saw us cutting trees yesterday, and
Oh,
she gets
wanna
out of
come and
school
help?
at 1.
yeah.
But she has some kind of, I know I'm gonna say it wrong, there's something,
She's gonna finish this week out. She starts working
Yeah.
Casey's on Saturday
Okay,
through the
that's
work
fine.
program, so she
Yeah,
just
work
wanna know if
program.
she could finish working for us this week since she's out early. So.
I called it a work release thing earlier, and that's
Oh,
not
that's
what it
okay.
is.
That's a little different program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's helping out the rest of this week.
That's perfect, good.
Okay. Tanya, do you have anything?
I just wanted to mention something. I'm still kind of undecided what I'm gonna do. I just wanted to bring it to your attention to see if you guys were okay with it, but, since school has started, I was wondering if I could move my hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 11 instead of 1 to 4, just so I can be available to pick kids up at school. Janet's here all day. Like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do, cause I may have found somebody to pick them up for me, so I wouldn't have to leave. But I just wanted to ask if you were okay with it, if we decided to change.
Yeah, she mentioned it to me. I honestly don't have a problem with it, because given that Janet is here, and, Dana is also working till, through the afternoon, so if somebody that has a water issue, somebody will at least be able to answer it, so.
That's fine, Tanya.
Fine. Thanks.
All right. We'll move on to streets. Darren?
Alright, we started cutting trees this week, so we'll work on that probably for the next couple weeks. Oil and chip, we're on the schedule. I'm not for sure what roads we'll do. Every time we get, like Samuel, we were gonna do it, and then they cut across it with that water main, so there's not a lot of roads out here that haven't been cut up that need repaired, so we'll see. We may not do the full scale that we've got of the 6,000 gallons. We may cut back some and do some of the heavy traffic roads or whatever and get them back in shape, so we'll see what we do there, and then next year we'll probably do, or the year after, depends on when they get the roads straightened back up, we'll do a more elaborate plan type thing. So yeah, been spraying for mosquitoes. The computer, I got the bids back or whatever. It was $100 over the limit that was approved. So if you guys want to approve a little bit more,
No, I'm happy with it. It's fine.
I wasn't gonna spend it if I got $20 to spend. I'm not spending $21.
No, I know how you are, yeah.
So yeah, it'll be a little bit over the approved amount. So as long as you guys get that, that's good. So yeah, that's about all I got.
I only just had one thing. Travis Vandermeech inquired about putting up a slow child sign in front of their house. They're there on Sandhill Street. There's nothing there. They just inquired about putting it. They asked me there Sunday night at the St. Mary's.
Where's this at?
That's Trumper's old
Rachel
house,
Hayes.
Leo Trumper's old house, not far from Janet.
Yeah, I don't know, you'd have to read, and see, it's like putting up the other sign.
Oh yeah, the
It's-
the child's not autistic. I did ask, and she
Yeah.
said no. But I
So,
mean, we could look. It's
I
just
guess IDOT rules in the municipal code is putting up all kinds of signs like that, nobody pays attention to all the signs.
you're
You
right.
put too many.
Too many
Yeah,
signs
you're
is
right.
too much,
Yeah.
so, but I've got no problem putting one up, whatever you guys wanna do, we can.
I'm happy with putting one up. I don't think it's something we need to vote on.
Well,
Do you have it available, or do you have to order it?
We'd have to order
You have to
it.
order it.
There is nothing on Samuel Street though, is there?
I don't.
Yeah, I think
know.
some people asked for one before and didn't get it on Samuel Street.
Yeah, there's,
My neighborhood asked for one before
yeah,
For slowing, that was for
On the
slowing
west.
down.
Yeah, on the west
because of
end.
children.
yeah.
But
mean,
she's asking because of disability.
There's kids all over town, I guess.
Yeah, there
Like
is.
IDOT's
Yeah.
rule.
I,
There's kids everywhere, so you put one up, are you gonna put one on every block?
You're right.
I guess
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
IDOT's root, is
Yeah.
thinking behind all that when you read through it. It says, there is no end to it at some point.
Yeah.
So whatever you guys think, but that's similar to what, like Kim said, it's everywhere.
I remember that came too.
I'm happy with putting one up. We'll just have to play it by ear, but I can say no if it starts getting to become a problem.
Then you're showing favoritism.
Well,
I mean, you gotta make a
no,
decision.
you're right, but
Yeah,
then
you
it's
gotta figure it
kind of
out
like,
now.
I don't know, I mean, years ago, I mean, maybe, I don't know, we could just play past mayor, said no, but this mayor says yes, I mean, no, but I get it, it's touchy, but I'll take the blame. I mean, where was you looking at in your neighborhood, Kim?
it wasn't me.
Oh, no, I'm just saying,
Two neighbors.
yeah,
One of them had a daycare, and the other one just had, children.
yeah.
Yeah, they were wanting to maybe put in a stop sign or something down there, cause people do
Well, oh,
fly.
I do,
Yeah,
I
they
remember
that
that
was
one,
it.
yeah.
They wanted the stop sign.
I thought they
Yeah,
wanted a.
yeah, they wanted
No,
the
they
stop
did, yeah,
sign.
they did want the stop sign, yeah.
Right there at Rusty's, at their corner.
Ryan, do you know, do the slow children signs make any difference in your experience?
I mean, I mean, stop,
I mean,
speed limit
honestly.
signs don't make a difference, so
That's
I
the
mean,
only thing that-
we're seeing that on 51.
Enforcement
So,
makes
yeah.
a difference.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I would say, if you put one in, I guarantee you, you're gonna have a parade of everybody that has kids is gonna want one.
You wouldn't mind one?
Well, it's not so much just that there's kids around the area running around. They have a little girl that's,
Yeah, she has a little
yeah.
disability.
Yeah.
And we did one for someone else with a disability.
It
It
was
was like
an
a role
autistic
or
one.
something.
Yeah, she was autistic, and this child is not autistic, and she's also not in a
Does that
wheelchair.
make a difference?
Well, I would probably have to say yes because of the form that they have to fill out for the autism. The handicap, I think that's more for like a wheelchair.
Well, and we had another one on, I think this street over here is Second Street. It's been years ago, cause the sign's down now, and it was up, and she was not, autistic or cystic fibrosis, she was, blind,
Yeah.
couldn't hear. So she had a different medical problem, so, but we put one up for her. I don't think it's a big thing, I don't think we have that many.
Yeah, we can try.
Right now,
to
we
just play
currently
it
have
by
the
ear.
one
Yeah.
over here,
Yes.
You got a
That's it.
request here,
huh?
a request here. There's a lot of
Yeah.
GSI traffic going in front of her house and there's kids down that road, that's what.
Tanya,
you
I'm surprised you don't get out and chase them.
But see, that's just,
No,
it's
no,
everywhere.
you're right. Aaron.
North Street's
Yeah.
fast, Second Street's
Second
fast.
Street's fast, I got a bunch of kids.
You got Second Street, you're fast down there, you want one in your area? You know what I mean? I mean, this is something
Love
you
to
guys
have
gotta think about, see.
Yeah.
And I've got a runner, so
I can just double check what the state law is on it.
Just gonna read up on it.
Yeah,
Alright.
first. I mean, I think it's a good thing to have it for them, that they're requesting it, but
Yeah.
make sure, Casey.
I mean,
This is probably the only
it's still
one.
the only one. I mean,
Does it
we are
make-
going to talk about enforcement when it comes to police because of a Facebook post. I mean,
But you're right, if they don't slow down to 30 over here on the blacktop, or whatever it is, 25
Yeah.
or 30, if a flashing light doesn't slow you down,
Yellow sign isn't gonna do anything either, that's the whole thing.
yeah.
When there's no enforcement to enforce on it, I mean, there's no restriction for it. You know, you can't write them a ticket for following the speed limit just because there's a handicapped child sign.
You're
There's
right.
no actual enforcement for that.
Well, it wouldn't be if they're following the speed limit, there wouldn't be anything.
I don't think it's so much the speed limit, it's
it's
for
just
them
letting
just to
people
be
know.
more aware when they're
Aware,
driving through
yeah.
that area,
Okay.
you know.
I don't know, if that be the case, I think we need one by us, Darren. A darn motorcycle the other night.
There's a bunch out there.
Go
So
down
I'm
here
saying
on
it's
Old
everywhere, but-
51 and watch GSI get off work when they hit third gear at the Ford dealership.
That's over here on the blacktop too.
I know, I mean, it's literally, I mean, you could sit there 24 hours a day and hammer people and I don't think it would matter.
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright, so we'll just table it for just right now on the sign. Is that what is the kind of the consensus?
Let's see, little
We'll just-
research
we'll
on
just-
that, cause I think there's actually a touch of liability if you guys have them put in at that point too.
We'll just hold off on it for right now.
If you read
We'll
about it.
bring it up again
See
later.
some
The
in-depth
parent-
Read up on it.
The parent can always go out and buy one of them
Little
things.
turtles
and put
that
it
you
in-
did.
Put it in
Yeah.
their yard. I mean, if, to start there anyway for an awareness thing.
That's a good
before
idea.
we
Yeah.
start putting up signs.
Cause that's what you did for your neighbor
Yeah, I bought
across
it off
the road.
regifting for $20
Yeah.
and put it out there on the blacktop.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
That's all I got for street.
anything else, Darren?
No, that's all.
Good,
Yeah,
any
everything's
questions
going
for
good.
Darren before we move on?
Anything else?
Thank you for putting the barriers up too.
Yes.
Man, bright and early too, yesterday you were on pickup.
Well, I knew I was gonna be busy, so that's why I got them.
Wow.
Yeah, we were
Thank
busy
you.
yesterday, so,
I
yeah.
appreciate that.
Okay, we'll move on to Brian with police.
So the new squad is down with Craig and Tana and Pena. They're working on the lights and the radar. They removed the radar from the 17 and the radio, so they're installing that in the new one. And then we're still waiting on the laptop and the mount, and we're waiting on the cage for the new car. So they'll do what they can do now, and then when those things come in, we'll get it down there again, or vice versa. So the 15 had to go in over the summer. Doug had to buy a new battery, and it still is drawing. There's some kind of slow draw on it. So Sunday he called me Sunday. He said he had to jump it Sunday. So we've got it down at Dave Reed's. He's looking at it to see what we got. But it's a brand new battery, so we should be okay. We're not sure what's drawing. There's no computer or anything on it that should draw. So he's looking at that. But it's good that we have the 17, so Doug's driving that one now. So it was good to have that extra one at the right minute. So and then PJ's looking to start on the 16th. So
Oh, the
September
16th?
16th. Yeah.
September.
September 16th, yeah.
Yeah, I will.
So that's the tentative. He's
I saw the sheriff
Yes.
2 Thursdays ago
Yeah.
and asked about putting it back because
Yeah.
they had Sergeant Woods that had retired,
Retired.
and then they also had 2 deputies. And he did kind of say, like I said when I talked to him before, he was kind of shocked that PJ was leaving, but I said I will work with him. We did not have a date at that time. We were still under the impression of the Tuesday after Labor Day.
Yeah.
So now it's getting back to the 16th, and PJ's going through all of his kind of training / background check, because even though it's a lateral move, you still have to go through things with the standard trainings board. So,
When will we swear him in?
so if he wants to start on the 16th, then we'll swear him in on the 16th. Then
Is that the committee meeting or the council? It's not council.
that's not the
Monday.
council. That's
Have to be a committee meeting.
it's a Monday evening. Monday.
When's the committee meeting? Next day?
That's the next day, the
Next day
17th.
is the committee, yeah.
You want him to start on the 17th?
No, I just didn't know when.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah.
I didn't know if you could swear him in on Monday.
I mean that's the plan. I was to swear him in on Monday morning.
I didn't know if we had to do it at a
Yeah.
meeting or I've never seen.
No.
it
Oh
done
no,
at a
we
meeting, so I
we
didn't
can.
know.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can do it.
I didn't know if it was required or anything.
No. I mean, if you want to make time, you can. We'll do it
Did
that
you
morning.
choose the 16th or he kinda?
No, he might.
That,
Brian,
yeah,
this
that's
is for
what,
16th.
that's what he's
First
telling
time.
That's
me.
what
He's
he
looking
wants.
at the 16th.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
where
the
he's
first
looking
one.
at. So there's a house purchase in there something
Yes,
going on.
that's what I thought, yeah.
So there's some other things going on. I'm like,
Yeah.
you take care of you, and then
Yeah.
we'll get you. We'll get you.
Okay.
So, yep, and that's it. School's back. There are 69 sixth graders.
Yep.
It's chaos. They usually have 3 lunches. They went to 2 lunches this year just to have everybody in there, and Doug's gonna be busy. So, but yeah, that's it.
No, it just kind of goes back to enforcement. The
Yeah.
school, and the
Yeah.
stop sign that's out there by where. So just kind of be vigilant. Is the school resource officer out there?
He's in the school.
He's in the
Yeah.
school.
I mean, he'd go out if we need, but
Yeah.
I mean, his main goal is to protect the
It's
school.
right in school.
Yeah,
no,
so
you're absolutely right. We talked about that. When
we
hired
can't like have him out there doing stops and then
Stops, and then something
happens at
happens.
school.
Yeah. No,
So-
you're right. Okay.
Did you say that was 6th grade?
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
11 to 12-year-olds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
I think we have 7 new students at A&M, at least at the middle school. 7, I think. I've met 3 or 4 of them so far. So, and there's kids I don't even know, but they've been to A&M for a long time. So when they come from elementary, it's hard to remember everybody. So.
Okay. Anything else
I
for
have
police?
nothing else,
Anybody have anything for police while we're in it?
I don't.
It's easy. It's like council meeting last month. All right, we'll move on to park.
The only thing I have is from Park is I got a quote from Wareham, and they're the same one that did the automatic locks in the bathrooms down there. She's kind of tweaking it for me a little bit because we don't have Wi-Fi at the park or at the concession stand. So she's giving me a quote for equipment if we had Wi-Fi and another one for if we didn't have Wi-Fi. I'm kind of leaning towards as much as I'd rather be able to see it on my phone than not Wi-Fi. It's a little bit more expensive, but we're not having to pay the Wi-Fi fee every month for both places. And it would have a kind of like a part of a computer that would be in the storage room that we could just go in and hook any kind of laptop or
Flash drive
monitor
or
or something
yeah.
into it to see, you know, if something happened, then we can go down there and plug something in and pull it up and see.
How long of a memory does it have? Or do they
I
have
don't
options
remember. I don't remember.
I think most are 30 days.
Yeah.
They like loop. So we watch. I mean, Dana knows what's going to
Yeah.
for sure.
And she was, you know, trying to give us the benefit of the doubt that a lot of the equipment that's at the concession stand, that they're not fake cameras, that they're real because we've never gotten them to work. And she's trying to see if, you know, we could reuse some of the wiring and everything like that in there. The other company I called, I've given up on them. Yeah. But I'd kind of rather go without the Wi-Fi because it's I mean, we pay more than the other version if it did have Wi-Fi for the whole equipment stuff. But in the long run, we're not having to pay for Wi-Fi.
So the ones that don't have Wi-Fi, is there any kind of maintenance that comes with it, or service, or is it just warranty? And
I think it's just warranted on the equipment and stuff, but yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
But that's all I've got. She's tweaking stuff for me, so.
But you have it for us by council, we'll
Yeah, okay,
vote on it.
alright.
Does anybody have any questions or anything for parks?
Summer rec was a great success,
Mhm.
Melissa. So, I think we'd like to do it again next year. We'll see, so.
Were we still waiting for something else for the park, or did we
With the
already?
swing, are you talking about the swing?
Are you talking about the frame?
Oh, the front, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I still don't have it up. I'm waiting to hear back from Jamie.
Okay.
Whenever he's got it, you know, free time that we can get that put in. I may, since I've been kind of eyeballing some more equipment for the smaller kids, I may just ask our supplier if they can install it. That way we don't have to, you know, wait until he can get a free chance.
yeah.
Cause if they'll be here installing that other equipment, then, you know, they can install that frame.
Dana, I just wanted to back up, cause you said Wareham's,
Yeah.
that's who we have. And, you know, the bathroom seems to be, over the years, the bathrooms are the things that get targeted.
Mhm.
Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah, like right now, there's only 2 cameras at the concession. One of them does face the bathrooms and the other one kind of faces towards the road. There's only 2, but we've got it set up with the quote she's given me for 6 cameras down there,
Well,
so,
the
yeah.
camera, that's
Mhm.
fine, but,
Yeah.
they have a device that, one alarm that they put on your doors, I mean, a bird will set it off.
Mhm.
And it is, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, it is so loud and screeching. And I was just thinking about that, what might scare somebody worse than the camera, because as soon as you touch that
Mhm.
door, it would go throughout the whole neighborhood and they would run.
Well, it's not so
They won't
much
have the whole
them
neighborhood
breaking
playing
in there.
that.
Well,
Who lives down there?
but then we've stopped
Right.
someone,
Well-
at least from damaging, what the last time was $5,000 to work.
You're right.
Well, they're not breaking in there. I mean, they were doing stuff in there while the doors were unlocked. So I changed the time for when
Yeah,
the
but it was
doors
at
locked.
nighttime, wasn't it?
Yeah, but now the doors lock at 7 o'clock.
Which is still, okay.
Yeah.
It was just a
Yeah.
thought.
No, I mean, the
think
doors, they
a
were
bird
being,
will set it off if it gets
Yeah.
in the,
yeah, I was asked to leave them unlocked later because we have people that walk or run in the evenings and
Yes.
they may need to run in there and use it,
Yes.
so that's why they were left unlocked later, but now, yeah, I've changed it, they lock at 7 o'clock.
okay.
Yeah.
It's just something cause that would definitely detour as soon as you opened that door.
Oh, yeah. As
And
well
granted,
as the
it's-
neighbors. I don't know
But
if
we put, our neighbors had to put up with it too, and it went off a couple times. Yep. Okay.
Okay, alright, there's nothing else on parks, we'll move on to subdivision items.
Nothing, I don't have anything more, no.
Think we really have anything on that then?
No.
Finance items, the 2025 official salaries.
Yeah, I put that on there so we can kind of discuss on what we wanted to do. Now would be the time to see about if we want to do anything for their, so it'd be for mayor, treasurer, clerk, and then of course alderman on it.
I know the clerk, we definitely have to, because we.
She may, so the
Yeah.
clerk gets their $1,030 a month,
Because remember, we did,
but she gets a collector's pay. That's what you're thinking, and that's
But we
what
have
gets
to,
increased.
don't we have to merge it? Because we had to wait till the next election.
Well,
to
we
make
did,
it.
yeah, we talked about it, yes.
So this would be the election.
This would be
we'll
the
have to
election.
do.
So
that
you're
we
gonna
have to
merge
do.
them or leave them as?
No, not
is?
merge them, but you were going to up it to where they're closer together.
We were gonna make the clerk like full-time and.
Well,
Instead
no,
of-
so the collector, that's what we did with the $15 an hour, and now she's, over here.
That's what we
now.
talked about though, Gary, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were just
But I
gonna
don't
make
think
it.
that's what you're doing now, right, Gary?
Well, no, because she gets her clerk's pay. I mean, that is what we could up
Right.
if you guys want to.
But
She's
he's saying when
1,030.
we went to that, you said.
I don't recall merging them. I know that there might have been a conversation at one time making them close, but then when we put it in
It was just to
Did
get
it all
everything
at
in the budget.
once.
the budget,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because we had, because
Not
we
merged,
couldn't,
just in the budget.
In the budget, all right.
yeah, because we couldn't change the clerks at the
You're
midterm.
absolutely right. We couldn't. Here's the thing. I think we can do this. If we were to up the alderman's pay, I think we can also include it in for the people that's coming in 27. But it's $125. I mean, that's what you guys get a month. I don't know. It's a tough thing. I mean, but we just bring it up.
Well, the only thing is, it is better, as far as attending these meetings now, just down to
Yeah.
2 times a month is a lot easier. I mean, I think
Yeah.
everybody'd be in agreement with that, instead of 4 and 5 sometimes meetings a month,
Yeah.
when issues come up and things.
And everybody's aware of everything that goes on.
Yes,
There was
everyone's
half that
still
for- there
well
was like-
informed with the
yeah.
2 meetings that we have, so it's not like we got lazy on those.
We just doubled everyone else's pay for the meetings.
We did. No, you're absolutely right. So it still come up. So I mean, if it's
I think you should bring it up to 200.
I thought 200 would look. I'm just saying. I mean, I say I'm happy with leaving it at 125.
Some other communities, I mean, we're
There
kinda-
is other communities that
kinda
do raise
under.
it, but I would say if I was going to raise it, I was thinking 150. But we don't have to.
I don't care,
Yeah.
I feel like it's like
Is
kind
there
of
public
civ-
service?
Yeah, I feel like it's a public service, that
Yeah.
I offer, I'm not gonna bring a whole lot to the table, but,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't care.
Travis?
I mean, I'm fine with 125, but, I mean, if we're looking towards the future,
2 more years and new people coming on, that's something to think
Yeah.
about.
it might help either interest people or retain people, but that's just opinion.
It's a good thought.
Yeah. And some places do that. I mean, I've heard of them.
It's been 125, not that I care.
Yeah.
It's been 125 forever, cause that's what it was when I was on 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Was it really?
It's been like, we've never raised it. We've raised mayor, clerk, and treasurers before.
Well, then how do you feel, Kim? Just go around the table, we'll just,
I don't care. But I'm just saying, it's been that for 20 years, it's
Yeah.
not like people have gotten a raise in that. But, whatever we,
Well, you guys can, we'll put it out, you guys can vote for now on it. Mayor is $750 a month. I'm happy with leaving it. I mean, there is sometimes that it's like, gee whiz, this job's not worth it for that.
Yes.
I mean, I know.
What was it before that, 250 or 350?
No, I think it was 500.
No, when Dust was on, it was 350.
Was it
Yeah, it
350?
was, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It was low, I remember.
and
Um,
I feel like that position
some,
needs more.
there is times I thought if you did raise it, I mean, you could make it an even $1,000 a month. It's a little bit more. But it's you think of the think of the position and not the person that's in it. But then also, I'm fine with leaving it at $750 or up to $850.
and it's locked up for 4 years.
It is locked in for 4
So it's
years.
like a
Yeah,
4-year
so
raise,
it's
which is-
Oh.
yeah, so you can't raise
So
it
it's-
anymore. So regardless, I mean, and it goes with the alderman. I think I'll talk to the attorney to see about raising it for the 27th. I think we can. I know with the state constitutions, the state's term. I can't remember if there's a law. Part of it says yes, there is, but we'll worry about that when I talk to the attorney.
When does this go into effect?
This will go effect when they take their terms in May, the
Okay.
first Wednesday in May. So nothing will happen unless you're in the 27 group. So there may be a period that half the aldermen get one set of salary, half don't. So anything you want me to put down for mayor?
I think you should get a little more, yes. Got a housing project started.
There's a lot, yeah.